Hey, how are you, Nancy? It's cold Monday morning, and I thought I'd go for a walk, and it's a bit drizzly. How you doing? I have a feeling my phone is going to get rained on, but thought I would start a live and see if anyone appears. But I'm not. It's not likely. Hello, how are you? No letter. Afternoon there, is it? Hey everyone. It's very cold here. You got to remember it's winter, and I'm just out for a walk. I made a commitment to myself. I would get up really early every day and wait and go for a walk, no matter if it's raining or whatever it is. Hey there, how are you, green girl? Green 117. Hey, how are you, Imagine? Hello everyone that I haven't said hello to. It's good to see you here. It's been a while since I did a video. I have recorded a video for you all yesterday. I edited it, and I woke up this morning full of all these emotions, and I thought I'd record a live and just talk to you about it. It's really cold here, so it's probably about 3 degrees Celsius, which is about, I don't know, 35 Fahrenheit. So first thing in the morning, sun's just risen about 5 minutes ago or so, maybe 15 minutes ago. Hello, good morning, Nev. How are you going? It's good to see you all. So it's been a few weeks, and in the new video that I'm going to put up tonight, I talk about why I've been offline, and you know, sometimes you just don't feel like making content. I'm just going to get you to check out where I am. Ooh, it's cold. Fingers frozen. It's going to get better. I was up at 5:30 a.m, but I didn't want to go walking in the dark by myself. I think I'm the only person here. So I guess until I get a personal alarm, I don't want to go for walking by myself in the dark. So, hot in Japan, huh? Ooh, I don't envy you. I do like the cold. I don't know if you want to see this view. I'm just at the lake. All the ducks came out to greet me before. Yeah. Pretty dreary day. Oh, that doesn't look too great, does it? Ooh. Doesn't look too great. How are you? Note Machinist Dave. I made it. Hi James, how you going? Stephen J, all the boys. Tell me where you're from. If you're from the US, most people, it'd be the US, or if you're in Europe, it'd be nighttime now. Sunday night. So I've been in a very contemplative mood and thinking about a lot of things. I had a fight with someone last night that I really love, and I woke up feeling really dreadful about it. And when I wake up, I always do, or lately, I do this thing called taking personal inventory. And you write down all the things that you're afraid of, and then you can just throw it away, tear it up. But basically you're offering that up to God or Source or Creator. And I did that, and a lot of the fear that came up this morning for me was at the base of it, kind of like the fear of being unknown, of being unseen, or the fear of not being good enough. Excuse the noise. I don't know if any of you have ever done that, taken personal inventory. It's something that they do in 12-step programs, and I'm going to do a video about it properly. But it takes out all the fear out of your body, and you're putting it down on paper, and there's something very magical about that. You're not just saying it or thinking it, you're actually writing it down. And then I did another thing that I remembered, a very old book that I got in the 90s, and then I lost it and then bought another copy about 10 years ago. It's called The Artist's Way, and the author tells you to do something called the morning papers. So I'm not sure if you've ever... How you going, everyone? Good morning. Look at these cockatoos, check them out. See all those white things there? All the cockatoos coming to eat. How are you, Michelle? Hello, Marley from Missouri. So, morning papers. Morning papers are a way of loosening up your creativity. And straight after my personal inventory this morning, I just got a sheet of paper out and I just started writing. And it's just to let you write something without thinking, without judgment, without criticism. And what came out was this very, very powerful thing about anger. So if you've just joined, I was just talking about how I got really angry with someone yesterday that I love, and I blew up at them. And I felt really shit afterwards, even though my anger was justified. I just felt like shit. And by writing it down, what came out was my subconscious or my unconscious or my higher self wrote that anger is these hidden emotions that, or it hides emotions that make you question if you're good enough or if you're seen. These broken parts of you. So I guess I wanted to talk about anger. And a lot of people assume that I'm an angry person because sometimes I get really feisty on videos, and I would say that would be a righteous anger. But I'm actually not an angry person. I just think people aren't used to seeing women getting angry or vocal about how they feel. In my culture, you do share your feelings. You speak up and well, at least in my family, you say what you're feeling and you're vocal about it. And I know a lot of other cultures don't do that. Many Asian cultures don't, many European cultures don't, but I do. And I guess people aren't used to that. But comes a time when, even in the righteous anger, you kind of have to... Look at that. All those birds just flew away. It was so beautiful. Even in the righteous anger, there's a feeling underlying there that you have to take responsibility for, or an emotion, or maybe a unresolved part of you, you know. I could get a sense this morning when I woke up and I was feeling like I was on the verge of tears that I need to keep walking, but I want to talk as well, so I'm just going to stand here at this little... Can you hear all the birds? Hey everyone, I think I just saw Lorenzo in the chat. Are you there? Yes, how are you, Lorenzo? So I guess anger, sometimes we've got to take responsibility even if it is justified, you know. And that's how I felt this morning. I felt like that I hurt someone I love, but that I also am hurt, and that my hurt feelings need to be acknowledged. And so everything that happens in my life, I always wonder, how can I help my audience with what happens in my life? Woo, they're noisy. How can I help share my personal journey? Sometimes I don't feel like sharing, and that's probably why I haven't made a video for a couple of weeks, just been caught up in my own thing. But why is it that we have, even with all the years and decades of work that I've done on myself, you still find these things that you need to fix? And Marley says there's a difference between anger and being passionate, which I feel on your videos you're more passionate. Yeah, it's a righteous type of anger. In my videos when I was passionate, it was because I was trying to, I guess, express I was trying to express something that I felt that many people were not comprehending. But we could still dissect that and say, why do I feel passionately angry about not being heard, or about a injustice? And it always goes back to our core wounds. And I might be talking psychobabble here, but you're only responsible for your own emotions, your own self, and you're only responsible for what you put out into the universe and how you feel about things. And sometimes those broken parts of you hurt other people. Maybe my righteous anger in old videos triggered people. I know it triggered a lot of people. Triggered old wounds in them, Maybe they grew up in a very violent household, or a very loud household where people yelled a lot. And I guess what hit me this morning was I've got to be responsible for the emotions I put out into the universe. Not with any guilt or anything, but just a contemplative feeling, And I am very much all about taking responsibility for every action that I do. I don't like blaming others. I don't like sweeping it under the rug. Can you see that? I don't know if it looks beautiful for you, but hello all. Hello Amanda. How you going, Raven Wolf? So very cold here. Amanda, I don't know if it's warm where you are in Queensland. Sure it is. I like these morning things. I missed you guys. I really missed talking to you. Really missed the live videos. I'd like to do more lives where I am, at home, dressed up, not looking like this, and Friday Night Live or something, and getting to chat to you all. But then I miss all the Americans, and unless they're staying up really late. So I guess I wanted to hit the live video now. I've been avoiding doing lives because YouTube are hiding the live videos, and then people don't get to see them if they miss out. It's friggin' hot in California? The morning is overcast and it's warmer than usual. Oh gosh, don't envy you. It's been a mild winter actually, even though it's very cold this morning. It's not been super cold. Here are the duckies. All the duckies are out. Oh, can you see them? There they are. They start walking. I think I was the first one here this morning, as soon as the sun rose. Hello. And if you ever want to meet up with me, let me know. in the comments. I'd like to have a meet up with a group of people locally. Maybe you could come and have a coffee with me. Not that hot for July in the UK, yeah. I heard the rest of Europe was very hot. So, new era for JCK, making a commitment to go for sunrise walks every day. Here's some magpies. You see the magpies? There's always 3 of them. There's usually 2 parents and a juvenile. You can see the juvenile. So, you hear them? Oh, beautiful. So, new commitment to myself. I decided that I need to make a routine. More than a routine, sort of like a commitment of non-negotiables that I do every day for myself. And I think that these sorts of things can bring about a lot of change and introspection. Hello. So I'm wondering if you guys, if you're interested, I'm going to do dowsing videos. I will. I just avoided doing them because I thought my camera wasn't good enough. It was a bit blurry. Resolution wasn't great. And a lot of people want to see what I'm dowsing. So I sort of just avoided it for a while. Hello, little bird. Just going to sit here for a bit and talk, not because I don't want to keep walking. It's a bit quieter here. Wet bench. I'm going to get wet. Oh, my butt is wet. Now I get to chat and have a look at your messages. Sorry if you got a view of my face where in contorted things. How are you, Lorenzo? So I heard, Lorenzo, that you're going to be in Florida with Campbell soon in November, I think. Is it October or November? Maybe it was October. Early morning walks are the best. Yes, absolutely. So I woke up at 5:30 a.m. Right now it is 7:18. So I woke up at 5:30 a.m. and or maybe even before, about 5:30. And I started getting ready and I realized it was really dark. I thought the sun was going to rise earlier. And I didn't realize, I thought it's too dark for me to walk by myself, all alone. So I wanted to wait for sunrise, and I decided to write my personal inventory for the day. So these are the new things I'm doing now. I've got the luxury of having my daughter looked after in the morning by her dad, and there's a lot of things that have changed in my life. You made yourself go for a run yesterday, first time in many years. Wow, Sally, I can't run. My knee will break if I run. I have a bad knee. So Carolyn says, I got angry this week after letting it roll off for so long. I've decided to stand my ground and not be bullied. Wasn't happy about it after. I need to find an in-between. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to ask. I guess if anyone has suggestions or what they've done. I don't like bottling things up. Last night I got really angry with someone I love and I blew up, and I felt it was justified. It was a very righteous anger. It was something that they were not listening. I felt unseen, and I felt like this was a pattern and they weren't seeing me, and I felt unheard. But afterwards I felt really, really horrible for yelling and getting so upset and really not letting that thing go. And I thought, as an evolved person, I should analyze why I did what I did, instead of just being stubborn and saying, well, I was right, I should, I have a right to be angry. I feel like I need to find a more tolerable way, or be more tolerant. Good morning, Kim. How you going? As we grow older, we learn to let it go. Yeah, that's right, Noeletta. That's another thing that came up in my my inventory and my morning papers. Was I felt like, I was like, oh my God, I'm nearly 50, and I started feeling very old. So in my personal inventory, the fear of getting older, and I found all these old photographs of myself. And it's funny, when you see old photographs of yourself, you think you still look like that, and then when you look in the mirror you go, oh my God, I don't look like I'm in my 20s anymore. I think I'm doing all right for my age, but I just feel, I don't know, a lot of things are happening, a lot of changes, and my daughter's getting older, but she still acts young, and it's all a very confusing time at the moment for me. You have a right to put boundaries in place and speak our truths. Yeah, that's right, Ruth. Kim says, what did you do that for? Never look back. Well, I guess I'm trying to look after my health now, and I'm really committed to doing a lot of exercise and eating consistently healthy, because I do eat healthy, but I need to eat consistently healthy. And just contemplating about a lot of stuff that I'd like to rectify in myself. I don't know if I'm going through a transit at the moment where I'm very introverted, but I feel very introverted. I feel like I want to hide from people. This is probably why I also haven't been making videos like I was. Like, I look back at my old videos and I go, how did I do that? Like, all the time, put myself out there, but So Sally said, you're welcome to come and experiment with our new Taurus frequency generator. Ooh, biorejuvenation. I'm feeling my age too. My face has changed a lot. Feeling you. Yeah. Well, it's almost like I got really busy with family life the last few months, and I wasn't wearing makeup much, and I looked in the mirror and I thought, what the hell? What the hell's going on with your face? I mean, my skin is pretty good, but at the same time, I just think I needed more me time. And yeah, health junkie. You've been hiding a lot lately too. Hey, hey there, JJ. Usually angry with ourselves when we get angry about something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I was angry with myself, but I just feel like I should be more tolerant about certain things. And I feel maybe the older we get, the more we see the error of our ways. I guess if we're introspective enough, we see the error of our ways. If we're not narcissists, we see the error of our ways. And I just, like I said, blew up at someone I really love, and even though I felt justified in blowing up, I regret it. I regret getting angry, and I thought to myself, why do I keep doing this to this person I love? And I just don't want to be like that anymore. And I sort of wonder, how do I fix that? And when I looked into it this morning, I could see really old wounds as a child of not feeling heard, of not being seen, and of behaving as though I need to I need to be acknowledged, I guess, and that's okay. But I guess there's certain things, because the other person felt like they were being criticised quite badly, and that they were feeling like I'm very critical and that they can't live up to my expectations. And you know, and I have to sit there and ask myself, you know, are we allowed to be critical and criticise? I don't know. And that's the sort of things that were going through my head. I'm just going to read some of the stuff that you guys have written. Most women don't realise they look more beautiful without makeup than with. I go all natural, and more women should do the same, because we all have natural beauty inside and out, as I feel you do. Yeah, I mean, I don't wear makeup very much anymore at all. I don't ever wear foundation. And when you're close to 50, that's unusual. Most women want to cover up their skin, so I'm close to 50. I guess my only issue is that my eyebrows need tattooing again. Otherwise I could wear no makeup at all. But yeah, I just feel like I get to a point where I just want to be different and not critical, and I'm trying to find that medium, right? If there's any guys in the chat, I want to know are you not used to seeing women being passionate or angry? I think a lot of women are scared to express that emotion, but when men get angry or passionate, it's not really criticised as much, unless they get violent, I suppose. It's seen as a strong thing for a man to be feeling you know, as though there's an injustice, fighting for an injustice, right? I think I don't know. You know, when I started my channel, I didn't have any plan of what I was going to do. At the time, things were very bad politically, and still are. And because I was talking about some personal journeys that I was going on in my meditation state, and they involved the world, I started sharing that. And then everyone started asking about predictions of things externally. And everybody started asking what I saw for the future. And so as a psychic medium, I thought I would help people by doing that. What ends up happening on this journey is that you realize that when you keep sort of focusing on the external, eventually somewhere along your path you need to go inward. I did say that from the beginning about going inward, always saying go within, but really my journey that I share with you now is about my own inner reflections of myself and how I can share that with you all to help you contemplate. Very happy to do more dowsing videos. I'm going to write a dowsing course. Hesitant about putting it out there because people are abusing divination tools such as dowsing, and I really, no matter how much I try to train people and express how to do it, people just keep abusing it, and they don't protect themselves, and they don't clear themselves and they don't practice in the correct manner. And sometimes I think that divination and psychic ability historically was only ever performed by a special person in the tribe for a reason, because it's a huge responsibility. And I've been doing it for over 30 years and I'm still learning. But there's a responsibility to divination and predictions. And I think if you're all still stuck on watching various videos predict the future, nice every now and then, but always ask yourself, how is it making you feel? My goal is that if I teach people how to dowse and use divination, that they can use it as a tool to foster their own intuition. I hope so anyway. It was performed by the crazy people of the tribe, Ayres. Yeah, they were, but they weren't seen as crazy. They were seen as the seers and the ones who had one foot in this world and one foot in the other. And unfortunately, most people who want to dabble in that stuff and they think it's easy, they don't know how to manage two worlds. And while we are all ascending and while we are opening up our intuition as a collective, it's a harsh world out there with many unseen beings that can cause you confusion. It's just the world that we live in. It's a very confusing realm. Hey Harms, good morning, dear one. JCK, you are authentic and your beautiful essence energy signature is your highest power. Thank you. I hope that you all are expressing that as well. I try to be authentic. Well, I don't try, I just am. But like I said, you know, if you just joined us, I got angry last night. I really blew up at someone I love, and while I sounded absolutely justified in my anger and distress, you know, I was feeling like I need to think of another way of reacting to things, and that sometimes I've got to cut people some slack. I'm not a perfectionist, but I know certain things to be the right way, and I request certain things to be done, and when they're not done, I get really upset. But there's that child side of me feeling unseen, feeling unheard, and that's what I am expressing. Check this out. There's all this artwork all over the lake. Doesn't that look like just a big pile of poo? It's a big pile of poo. Look at that. Mr. Whippy. Yeah, Marley, I'm a Gemini. Gemini with Pisces moon. This is in normal astrology, not Vedic astrology. I am Gemini in Vedic astrology, but they go by the moon and rising sign. My moon in Western astrology is Pisces, but my moon in Vedic astrology is Aquarius. So, looks like a coiled snake. Yeah, it probably was, but all of these little sculptures all over the lake are supposed to represent things in nature. and they're like little gum nuts and pods and things like that. Cinnamon roll. So, how are you showing up for yourself these days? Are you prioritizing yourself? I'm going to go to the car, not because I don't want to keep on walking, but I'm just going to show you this thing that I wrote this morning. So if you just joined us, I was talking about morning routines and stuff, and one of the new things I'm doing is every morning and night sometimes I take personal inventory. Look at that tree, so beautiful. You can see this tree. It looks more beautiful in real life, you know. Taking personal inventory and writing all your fears and then giving them up to God or source, whatever you want to call your higher power. And it's something they do in 12 steps. But I also remembered a book many of you may have heard. It was published in the 90s. It was called The Artist's Way. I bought a copy. I heard about it back in the 90s when I was at university. A friend of mine told me about it. And then I bought another copy in about 10 years ago. Maybe 8 years ago. And I remembered getting in my car, I remembered in The Artist's Way, the author had a thing called morning papers. And it was supposed to help you just write, okay, because it's for creativity, without thinking. And so this morning I did that after I took personal inventory. You have to chat with Campbell. Hey, Lorenzo, cool. Say hi to Campbell for me. So personal inventory, and then I did the morning papers, and I just let the words come out. And you're not supposed to judge. So Julia Cameron is the author of The Artist's Way, and you're not supposed to judge. You're supposed to write. Nobody else is supposed to read it, but I'm going to read it to you, what I wrote. And I wrote, anger is a sadness inside making you feel, pulling an eruption, don't know how to do something, fear you are not getting your way, fear of being unseen. Who has made you feel unseen? Why does it make you feel small and lost? Why do you think you are not enough? Beliefs are making you feel unworthy, unseen, and less than. But you are more than this, more powerful in this moment. Anger has never been a quality people want to see or acknowledge, but it hides beneath its surface pieces of you that are broken, unresolved, unloved. Can I heal this in me? Who are you without anger? Give it up in your morning pages. So, I mean, that's what I wrote. My unconscious mind wrote that. Oh, you pulled out that book onto your bedside table? Yeah, it's an amazing book. The one I have has the Japanese painting on the front. I think it was one of the first editions, but it's called The Artist's Way. And I think that that book not just unlocks creativity, but it unlocks intuition, because what you're doing is you're getting out of your own way. You're not blocking yourself, and that's what intuition is. Intuition is not blocking yourself, it's flowing with life. And so these are my fears. I don't know if you can see that, but before that I wrote all my fears. So I'm going to do a whole video on it. The Crappy Childhood Fairy already has video on taking personal inventory. And you write, I have fear that, and you just start writing, and you start unloading, and you write for as long as you want. I have fear that, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes it'll come up, I have resentment that. And you write, I have resentment because I have fear. And then you write what it is. And then at the end you write, "Thank you, God, for revealing and removing these fears. I ask only for your knowledge of your will for us and the power to carry it out." And so these are the things, when I say to people, go within, and this is part of it, right? Because you're just sharing or expressing yourself, what is within you. A lot of people, I'd say the vast majority of people, walk around. Sorry, I've got a big goober in my eye. I think it's because I put all this oily treatment on my face this morning and it got stuck in my eye. A lot of us walk around with these bottled up old wounds and we're so afraid to let them out. And yeah, I just feel it's time to take stock of all that. Could you imagine if everyone in this realm took responsibility for how they felt, like really took responsibility and how they expressed themselves, and took responsibility for healing the old wounds? We wouldn't have abusive parents. We wouldn't have, or if we did, we would have parents that would work on themselves. We would have children that are less likely to be abused. So when people talk about saving the children, I'm going to say this once and for all, because I have an issue with the Save the Children crowd, okay? The people who are scared of what's happening to very, very traumatized and abused children in underground bases and SRA victims and children who are being brutally, satanically abused. And that came to light several years ago for a greater majority of people. I have an issue with people riding that Save the Children train, because when something happens in our external world that we don't like, the true reality of how you change that is by changing the reality within. It sounds lame. It sounds like new age woo-woo, but I swear to you that the way we heal and stop these things from occurring is that we, as the collective and part of the all, we work on our inner child. We work on our wounds. And I would say that a vast, vast, vast majority of people who are out there doing healing, doing guru things, behaving like gurus, behaving as though they have the answer, trying to save the world, have a very wounded child within that they feel they need to save. And I think that if you just worked on this shit inside you, we would have a lot less abuse, we would have a lot less narcissists, we would have a lot less broken marriages and broken families. Because just imagine if something I recognized yesterday was that I repeated a pattern of mine where I feel outraged that somebody wasn't listening to this very important thing that I said, and I asked of them and they didn't listen. And that's a pattern of mine where I feel outraged that I have not been heard or seen. And that cycle won't stop until I stop and say, is this true? What part of me just reacted just then? I take responsibility for myself. No matter how correct I am in that moment, I still have to take responsibility for how I reacted and behaved. The other person may have done the absolute wrong thing. Still have to take responsibility for myself. What do you say? Laurie Lewis says, "You are saying exactly what I think and feel. We are all children that want to be saved." Exactly. See the external world as something that's going to trigger something in you to be healed. These lofty desires to go and save everybody out there, or to be not just an advocate, but a activist of some kind. While it's a very noble path, I just feel a lot of it is a big wank. And I think that we need to truly be productive and responsible for ourselves. Said enough of that. Anyway, I hope that's not an unpopular belief. The amount of times people say, are there still children in tunnels? Is there still this being saved? And I have to look at it from a perspective of the multiplicity of our reality is that there's a realm where the children are saved, and there's a realm where the children are not saved, and there's a space where we are, where all possibilities are available to us. And that's what I mean by quantum, quantum truths. That's what I mean by it. Ooh, big train. That's what I mean by quantum truths. Quantum truths, meaning that in the quantum field, there are many truths. In the quantum field, there is multiple possibilities. And we are part of that. We are the things that are activating those possibilities. Does that make sense? So, I think I'm losing people in the chat, but let's have a look. I'm going to go back and just say hello to everyone. Squirrel Sniper, hello. Sorry, Jess, I don't know why. Oh, okay. Jess, something you wrote, it flagged YouTube and didn't let your message come up because you said the word shit. You said the word shit and it deleted your message. So I'm just going to say, when you swear in the chat, YouTube deletes the comments, okay? Saving the children starts with us healing our own traumas first, then we can be of service, in my honest opinion. Yes. Yes, Grammar. I'm just going to call you Grammar. It's easier to say that. Andy Sings. Hello. Mark, how are you? Mark Kortrup. How are you, Kortrup? I have that book, very inspiring. Yes, I know. Mark, you're, if I can recall, I'm just trying to remember if you do art as well. But yeah, The Artist's Way. The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Very good book to work through. Hey, Lisa Jane just jumped in. How are you? Vegan gluten-free prepper. Oh, I like that. That's interesting. Hi, JC. I've worked with children that suffer from mental trauma. I would love to join you in a live chat one day so that I could share what I have learned. Are you interested? I don't do enough podcasts to do interviews with everyone, so let's just see how we go with that. You could probably write me an email. Emails are always in my description. Are you still with Jeremy? Jeremy? Connie Cummings, are you still with Jeremy? Been with his group for 1.5 years. I'm 61. Oh, do you mean am I following his program? I'm not his girlfriend, but I think you mean following his program. Yeah. Yes, I am. But I'm kind of doing things, taking some of that and then have to do things for myself in my own method of doing things, like in terms of daily routines. The Wolf Boy. Hi, JC Weave. I've really missed you. So good to see you again. Keep well and happy. Big loves from West Sussex, UK. Oh, so good to see you too. I'm going to turn on the car because I think my battery on my phone might run out. So I'm just going to quickly check if anyone else has written anything new. Oh yeah, Jeremy Ayres is who they're talking about. Galactic art specialist. I love that. Hello from Heatwave Las Vegas. Oh, don't envy you. Look at me, I'm all rugged up. So it is I could go for 50 minutes. That's crazy. 7:49. I have to go. I'm going to have a coffee, get back home, see how my daughter's doing, and just going to have a look if there's anything else anyone wants to say. Inner child work is crucial, Harm says. I'm just going to randomly speak about a few things. Also read a few things out. When you're angry, that's fine. Do not keep it inside. Just let it out. Otherwise, you'll get ill. Being angry is okay. Yes, I agree. Because anger... I'm going to read back these things when I get off the phone anyway. Nev says, I hear you, JC. I have blown up many times and felt so bad afterwards. Nowadays, I try being more conscious and catch myself before blowing up. Doesn't always work, but I try. Yes. So anger is good. I feel it's a really good way of expressing righteous anger when you feel as though you are not being heard, or more like an injustice. However, when it leaves you feeling like something else is going on, it's really important to recognize that. So next time, perhaps there won't need to be anger because that part of you is healed. That's what my point is. I just feel that I need to calm myself down a bit more. Especially when the person that you're directing the anger at is feeling criticized, you know. All right, guys. Let's do more coffee chats. Yes, I'm going to do more coffee talk. This is kind of like a coffee talk. I'm about to go get a coffee. I could start another live, but when my coffee gets made, and show you a local cafe. But my battery is running out. Suzette, hey, Suzette Flations. You are amazing, JC. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. It's been such a long time. Anger can definitely be, I love your name, Twilight Mist. Anger can definitely be used to heal, to save yourself and others, to move you out of a self-negating and abandoning situation. It saved me on many occasions, so I can attest to that as a method. Absolutely. Beautiful. So I've got a new video coming out. Thank you, Andy Sings. Thank you, Mouse Nation. How are you? I'm sure you're justified. Don't be too hard on yourself. Look, I don't like hurting people. That's the thing. And even though I was absolutely correct in what I said, and I don't fight dirty. Like, I don't yell and say horrible things to people. I don't say nasty things. I just talk like a lawyer, you know, like I just saying all the facts, and I get really angry, but still I felt bad for doing it because it didn't make the other person feel very good, and I don't like to be like that. Anyway, I was just going to say I've got a new video coming out tonight. I'm going to put it up. It's all edited. It's just it's like a day in the life of what I'm doing. It's like a vlog. And need a battery pack. No, this is my old phone. My new phone has like days and days of batteries. I just got to put the SIM card in it. Yeah, so I just want to read what Jess says. Most of my silly habits come from my parents' silly old programming that they passed on. Yes. JC, remember, this too shall pass. Thank you. Mr. Chats with Mark Atwood. Well, Boba, we broke up, so I can't talk to him anymore. Sorry. Okay. Not going to chat to him because he's not the person he used to be, and that's a fact. And I'm glad that I have moved on. So there's a bit of honesty for you. Anyway, I will move on, and I'm going to go get my coffee, and I'm going to have a great day. I'll see you, and I love you all very, very much. Hit the like button. Please make sure you're subscribed. I'm sure if you got the notification for this, you are still subscribed. But YouTube knocked off 400 subscribers in one hit, just like that. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.